Yo, what's going on my people? HumidityLiquidity here. Welcome back to a brand new video. So in today's video, I'm just going to be going over daily bias in an intermediate level. So if you already know ICT concepts and you have some level of experience, we're going to go over a drill to do in order to sharpen your tool set, sharpen your skill set on knowing the daily bias. So we're going to go back around 1 year. So right now it is 30th of September. Let's go move this here. September. Let's go September 12. Okay, so here, quick look at the weekly. Okay, so I'll just use the daily bias. Okay, so with this drill, we're just looking at the next daily candle. We want to see what could this daily candle possibly do. Okay, so here we are. What do we currently see? We see that price is bearish order flow. See prices come into this fair value gap here. Okay, so with this fair value gap, what we're looking at price to do, we're looking at this low right here to be our drawn liquidity, and this previous high, looking at price to potentially, we'll just draw 2 lines per candle. Okay, so here we're just looking at this previous day high. Okay, and I'm looking for, let's see, this order block, looking for us to fill this fair value up. Okay, so in this next day candle, that's what I'm looking at. Okay, so this next day candle filled this fair value gap, came into this order block, went into this fair value gap right here. Okay, so for this candle, what am I looking for? So for what we've seen so far, it's come into this fair value gap. So I'm looking for price to go for this previous day's low, and even probably this area here. So these are the sell side objectives right here. Okay, and then where could price trade up to manipulate and then go down from? I'm looking at the 50% of this. So just put this to the 50. Yeah, so the 50% of this around this level, looking for price to at least reach up into here. Potentially we could see price come back into this fair value gap and then drop. So these are levels. Okay, so price went to the 50%, just above it a bit, and then it went down to these 2 sell side objectives. Okay, so overall these are the sell side objectives. We're looking at this, we're bearish on this. Okay, so now for the next day candle, so we've got this displacement down, so we're looking at a potential retracement to into this area right here. So for the next candle, it should be a small range candle. I'm looking at price to come into this area here, bottom of this order block, and then next few days this volume imbalance. But we're just looking at the next candle, candle by candle. So I'm looking for previous day's low. If we want to be more precise, I'm looking for the 50% of this wick. So this is the draw. Yeah, so this is the draw over here, 50% of this wick, previous day's low, and then look for price to reach up into this order block, the beginning of it here. And then within the next few days after that, after it reaching this order block, looking for some candles to come into this volume imbalance. But as I said, candle by candle. So here, what do you see happen? price came down into the 50% of this wick. We've gone up into this order block area. Okay, now looking at the next candle, the targets will be previous day high and low. Let's see what we get over here. So we had a large range day, so let's see what we get next day. Next day we just stayed inside, so no trade. Let's have a look at the lows. So we did take out this low, so we would have potentially got a buy. Oh wait, was the low higher? No, so it was an inside candle. Okay, so since this is an inside candle, I'm going to keep this level over here. Still looking for price to come up into this volume imbalance. Okay, so price came up into this and then went down. Okay, so it reached our objectives over here. Okay, now for the next day, it's not looking, so this week looks like Tuesday was the only good day. Okay, so this, looking at next day, we're looking at these two objectives, still looking at this volume imbalance for price to trade away from it. Okay, so we've got this inside candle. Okay, so now we have this inside candle. This next candle should come into this volume imbalance, and then we want to see it start displacing away. And then I'll just use this low, previous day's low, as a target for this next day. And then I'll use this high since it's the volume imbalance. So it's right below the volume imbalance. Okay, so we want to see this next candle into the volume imbalance, come down, take out this previous day's low. Okay, so went up into this volume imbalance, previous day's low. Okay, now what we're expecting from the next candle. So order flow is still bearish, keeping this in mind. We are looking for, so we've got this down close candle, rejecting away from this volume imbalance. This next candle should be large range. So for where we're going to trade into, looking at price to open up, tap into this level and then just reject like that. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so price tapped into this order block over here and went straight down for this daily sell side liquidity. Okay, now for the next day, I've got this large range day, so I'm looking at a small range day. So I'm going to be looking at the previous day's low, so price to come down into that, and then looking for price to potentially reach this breaker block and maybe even this volume imbalance area. But this breaker block is the main objective. So looking for price to come down, take out this previous day's low, and then come into this breaker block potentially. Okay, so that's the objective here. Okay, so we've gone down into the breaker block, rejected. Okay, now large range day, small range day. Okay, so next day, looking at previous day's low, and I'm going to be looking for about, let's see, 25% of this wick, or maybe just the open price right here. So open price of previous day and then continuing down. Now I would go to the weekly for some levels, since we should be going a bit more down, or just use this level and project it, looking at about 2 standard deviations for a main target potentially there. So these are the draws on liquidity. Just looking at this next day candle, see what we get. Looking for a bearish close. Okay, so we've went above the open of the previous day, and we went for previous day's low, came down to this first objective over here, which is that second standard deviation of this manipulation range from here to here. Okay, now I'll look at 2.5 standard deviation potentially, and then we could potentially reverse from that. Okay, so this next day's candle, still going candle by candle, previous day's low. And for this one, not really looking at price to retrace into this candle too much. So let's look at the 25% of the body. Let's see if it'll potentially go there. Probably not. Okay, so I'm looking for price just to come into the close and then go for previous day's low and potentially this objective I've marked down here. So let's see what we get. Okay, so price came up into the close, previous day's low, and we've gone to this main objective. Now for this next daily candle, you can expect some sort of reversal soon. So we have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days of bearish candles, so expecting some sort of reversal soon into a premium area for like the next week. But let's go candle by candle. This is the drill. Okay, so here the targets for this previous day's low, and yeah, next day's candle, previous day's low, previous day's high. If I were to trade this, and potentially, yeah, that's all I want to see. I want to see it take out one of these liquidity pools. I want to see it take out this low if I'm looking for a reversal, and this high if it goes straight for this high and then goes down, then still looking for some bearishness. But here, let's see what we get in the next candle. Next candle, inside candle. Okay, so it's an inside candle, still using these two objectives. Now for the next candle, since I'm expecting a reversal over here, expecting price to come down here first, and then go for some buy side liquidity, and then go for some sort of premium. So from this high to this low, looking at premium. So I'm looking at the fill for this week. This is the weekly objective over here. So yeah, this next daily candle, looking for a bullish close. See if we get that. Okay, so open, we went down, manipulation, up, taking out that buy side liquidity. Now we have formed an order block right here. Now for this next daily candle, what am I looking at? So here, looking at this order block, looking at, let's see, looking at the fill of this fair value gap. Okay, so we fill this fair value gap, and then we want to see high pricing in general. Okay, so let's see what the next candle gives us. We're looking for that retracement into the order block and then the fill of this fair value gap. Okay, so what do we see here? Boom, right there, exactly what I said. Order block went into that fill of this fair value gap. Okay, and then looking at this volume imbalance here as the next daily objective, and then for price to retrace, so looking for price to come into this area here and then come up into this volume imbalance, and then yeah, so that's a Friday. So let's see what happens. So we've come into this area here. On the lower time frame, it would be like fair value gap or order block or something. But yeah, this area over here, this fair value gap high, and then yeah, this is the midpoint of this area around that. So yeah, so we've come into the volume imbalance. Okay, so looking at the next daily candle, so here I'm looking at the 50% of this, since we did reach this area here. Okay, and then aiming for, I'll still aim for the volume imbalance. I want to see what happens in this volume imbalance. I want to see if we start rejecting down and continuing on bearish, or if we're going to just be bullish. Okay, so over here, it would be looking for a buy up into this volume imbalance again, or even higher, but let's see what happens. Okay, so price came into the 50% of this previous wick, came back into that volume imbalance. Now if this was a down close, then we could potentially see lower pricing, but we did not get that. Okay, so for the next candle, I'm going to be looking for this fair value gap here, right there. So yeah, so that is the target. So that's okay. So we're looking at this fair value gap, and I'm looking at this order block. So here we've got this order block formed, and then yeah, this next daily candle, we want to see price tap into this order block and then go up high. Now we could also have a look at this volume imbalance. So the next candle might not tap into this order block, but we want to see at least tap into this volume imbalance, then go up. So let's see what happens. Okay, so we've tapped into this order block, filled this fair value gap. Okay, so objectives done. Now I'm just going to do a few more candles. Going to do up until Friday of this week of October, 7th of October. And then after that, I'll just leave this for you guys to study and do it on your own charts. So we're just going candle by candle. What do we see for the next candle, step by step? Okay, so we have this bullish candle. Now, I was expecting price to come into a premium, so I'm looking for potential sells. So right now we've came into this fair value gap, we've filled it. So now we have this order block right here. So what we've come into. Now I'll be looking for price to come back within this order block, give us a trade somewhere here, up here, and then I'm looking for, as a target, I'm looking for, let's see, this breaker block area here, and then previous day's low. But main target will be this breaker block low. Okay, so that is the target for this next day over here. Okay, so next day we want to see a bearish closure, and we want to see a reaction from these two key levels. So let's see. Okay, so we have this order block, price comes up into it and comes down and even fills this area here, comes over here, comes back to this order block, and it meets my target of this breaker block. Okay, now looking at the next day's candle, we should be taking out this low right here. It's going to keep the target small. Okay, so this low right here, and then for a retracement for the potential area we're looking to trade for, so we can see about a retracement to the 50% of this area potentially. So let's see what it lines up with. So we could see price come up into this fair value gap area. So price to reuse this fair value gap, come up into it, and then take out this low. So it's done just that. Let's see if we came up to the 50% of the body. Yeah, so we came up to the 50% of that body exactly. And then we've had a down close. Okay. And then this is confirming the change in the state of delivery. We have this order block here. So now for this next candle, I'm looking for this sell side liquidity to be taken and price to come into this order block. So tap into this order block right here and then go for sell side. Now this is the last candle we're doing, and look at this, going candle by candle, trying to get the daily bias. And right there, it's pretty nice, to be honest. Yeah, so just using institutional order flow, candle by candle, what we think price will do next. And yeah, we can't expect every day to be a large range day, and we can't expect every single day to be a tradable day. Like for example, this day on the 27th of September, we didn't meet our objectives over here. We didn't take out this high or this low until a day after. So these two levels are what we were waiting for, and once it took it out, we were able to target for this objective. So yeah, do this on your own chart, study, see how it is. Maybe we'll do one more candle. So this is a Friday, let's have a look. It's a Monday, it's a low range day. So right here, aiming for this order block, next candle, and then we could see price come to the close. So price will come up and then come down like that, go above the close a few pips and then down. Let's see what happens here. It does exactly that. So yeah, we could have marked out this candle here, which would most likely be a lower time frame breaker block or mitigation block, something like that. But yeah, let's see, could this have been the target? Yeah, we could have targeted 50% of this wick. But yeah, all in all, we just want to practice this drill, and once you get good at it on the daily, you can go on lower time frame, higher time frame, weekly candles, and yeah, just see how it is. We'll do one more candle for good measure. Let's see, so this candle still bearish, 4 bearish closures. Tap this order block, 50% of this wick. So we can potentially expect some measure of retracement into this fair value gap. So I'm looking at price to come into this fair value gap for the next day. So looking at previous day's low and then previous day's high. So looking for price, come to previous day's low and then previous day's high into this fair value gap right here. And just that happens. And then yeah, you do the rest, see how it goes. Can expect price to probably come up into this level here, maybe even deeper into here, this order block. But yeah, all in all, this is just candle by candle price action reading. And yeah, train this, do this drill every day, every time. Try backtest this and see how you do. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this daily bias video. Quite a long video, actually not really, it's only 25 minutes basically. But yeah, hope this was insightful and potentially gain something off it. And yeah, all in all, if you know how to read the order flow and you know where price is going and you know when to expect some reversals, you're good. So if you just practice this, you can get it wrong. Make sure you journal and then make sure you see what price is doing, how, if you were wrong, why, where was price reaching for, are you looking at premium discount, where is price currently, where does price want to go to. You could even look at your monthly objective. You can even do it on a monthly time frame. So yeah, any time frame you want, you can do it. And yeah, hope you guys found this insightful, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.